Welcome back to SnowRunner, guys, and as you can see, we are back in the Yukon. We are actually currently on flooded foothills. However, the subject of this video is going to be all of the upgrades in Big Salmon Peak, and in order to get there, we got a little bit of a drive ahead of us, so I'll check back in with you guys once we get close to the portal. Also, before this video gets started, if you guys didn't watch my video on the tuned custom suspension for the ANK MK38, it's actually right here. Now, obviously, we're not going to be doing a full in-depth, like, drive there and pick it up and stuff like that. If you want to see more on the tuned custom suspension for the MK38, like I said, I have a separate video on that over on the channel. We talk about some of the console modding information as well as the tuned custom suspension for the MK38. So, in case you're wondering where it is, it's actually really simple to find. All you got to do is head right down from the garage, cross the river, and it is right here, tucked away in the trees. Also, before we leave Flooded Foothills, I just want to go ahead and make it known that the active suspension location for the Kolob 74941 is actually right here next to the concrete production site right along the edge of the river, and you'll notice there is a house nearby it, and it is right in front of this little shed where my Ford F-750 is. So basically, I know that that in itself is not an upgrade on Big Salmon Peak, but in terms of upgrades on Flooded Foothills, since I've already shown you guys the ANK MK38 upgrade location here, I figured it was only fair to the Kolob, the 74941, to show you that its active suspension upgrade is actually right here where the F-750 is, just down the road from the garage. And without any further ado, let's hop back into the ANK MK38 as we are getting very, very close now to the portal over to Big Salmon Peak. And once we get to that portal, we're actually going to head out there and find the upgrades that are available. Let's go ahead and get ourselves down into the truck and set off. So first place we're going to be going is, let's see. Now, obviously, that doesn't, icon telling us to go back to Flooded Foothills is one thing. I get that. However, we're going to go ahead and actually drive up here to the garage so we can... Actually, you know what? Yes, I do wish to recover to the garage. And then I wish to leave the garage so we can set off in search of our upgrades after now being repaired and refueled. Now, the route that I've laid out should get us pretty dang close to the first upgrade, which would be the active suspension for the other Kolob, and we should be able to knock that one out pretty quick, providing that we don't get our ANK into a spicy situation, and spicy situation meaning flip it over or break it or anything of the like. So let's try to make sure that we don't do any of those things on our way out there. Now, the route itself that we're taking is fairly short, and I've left the highway gearbox in this thing. Not sure yet if that's gonna be a good idea or a bad idea, but I'm gonna try and keep a couple of my tires towards the edge of any mud that we go through so we don't lose any of our momentum or speed, and we'll try and keep everything together and in one piece. Now, I haven't actually gone this way before, so let's see how this, oh boy, how this ANK with Tega tires actually takes to this. Oh boy. That's asking for some damage. Oh, God. Oh, God. Okay, yeah, that's asking for some damage. Let's not let that happen. We'll make our way up this muddy hill and head to the left, and then, ironically, we're actually going to have to make a turn back to the right. Actually, ooh, we may be able to skip that. Well, not really. Not really. Well, no, no, don't be a dummy and risk that. No. Are you freaking, oh my God. Are you freaking kidding me? Oh my God, not even the winch could save me. All right, we're back in the same area once again, and thankfully this time we didn't roll it over like around a very, very simple corner, but that's all right because we are actually now very close to this first upgrade. So let's go ahead and knock this one out quick, and then we can be on our way to the next one. Our trusty ANK, by the way, when you're not rolling it over, it does great, and it can actually bomb through the mud in high with the highway gearbox. The only thing with that is, like, actually, it's kind of funny because I've noticed that this thing doesn't really seem to suffer all that much, even off-road, when you have the when you have the highway gearbox. It doesn't really seem to, like, you know, cause that big of an issue. It just seems like it adds more speed. I mean, yes, it does take away a couple of your low-range gears, but that doesn't actually affect you as much as you might think in this truck. Yeah, let's not put it in high. It's just going to want to spin up this steep hill. What a landscape. So gorgeous out here. Ow. Don't you do it. I was like, if you flip over on me now. Hey, there's an upgrade. Dude, look at this view, though. All right, upgrade location discovered. Get upgrade, and that is going to be the active suspension for the Kolob 74760. So now, on to the next one. Now, for the second upgrade, what you'll want to do is start here at the rolled metal production site, which you can actually very easily access by starting off at the garage, and then finding your way through this little mud trail that we used before, getting on the main road here, and heading down to the rolled metal production site. And then you get on the train track, and you follow that all the way up, and there'll be a little warehouse up here, and it's going to be in this general vicinity somewhere. So let's go ahead and head that direction, and we will find it. Or at least we will attempt to find it, and hopefully find it. But in the meantime, the ANK is going to enter train mode, and we are going to attempt to not flip it over. However, there may be some obstacles and blockages along the way, so let's hopefully not get too bogged down with that. I find this... Okay, there we go. I was like, I find this scenario very hard to believe. And then we'll ease ourselves down the other side. But this time, I don't think it's actually going to be all that bad. No, it shouldn't be. Especially because we got a light pole right... Actually, we don't even have to do that. Yeah, we don't even have to do that. Yes. We should be able to just fit... Hey, those are movable. All right, get out of my way. Don't even worry about it. Yes, there may be some blockage on the tracks, but... And the thing is, you don't have to drive directly on the tracks. You can drive next to them, of course, when there's no ditch to worry about. Now, I'm sure there'll be some task at some point where you've got to round up and gather up all of these, like, all of these fallen crates, but, oh boy. Now, granted, that pop-up up there is applying to the Reinvigorating the Old Mines contract, which is a contract that mainly takes place on flooded foothills, so I'm not sure why we're getting that pop up now. It's probably got something to do with a material somewhere. Oh my god. That just oofed me big time. Holy smokes. Now, as you could probably tell, things are a little bit different now. The truck is different, the lighting in here is a little bit different, and that's because it's the next day. Now, when I flipped over my ANK, I was kind of like, I'm done. I was like, I'm done, I'm over it, and now it's time to get back into it. So, we brought our little Lodestar out here, which actually turned out to be a little bit easier to use on this path, and I'll show you guys the route I used to get out here. And basically, I left the garage, took the normal route that we used before, came down here to the metal production site, and then just basically drove along the edge of the train tracks, just like we did with the ANK. Now, when you get up here, you'll see the warehouse, but you're not going to go into it. You're actually going to make a right here into this sort of muddy swamp. And there's actually a stranded twin steer out here that is a task, but you're going to make another right, and then you're going to follow basically all the way up to kind of where this house is, and the upgrade will be right around in this area somewhere. So I'm going to go ahead and head that way now, and we'll see what we can find. Fire up our little Lodestar, and let's get on out of here. Now, you do want to be careful, but once you get out into this area, dude, first of all, let me just reset the afternoon, because it's beautiful back here. It is one of the coolest mud-based environments I've ever seen on a stock map. Now, obviously, you're not seeing any mud yet, but the way they've designed this area is just so incredibly cool. It looks like it's weird because we've had swamps, we've had like muddy marshland before, but we've never had like a heavily wooded swampland area, and that is something that I think we've kind of been missing. But at the same time, it's not something you really think about, like, oh, we need this, until you see it and you go, oh my god, we needed that. And so you drop down into this area, and you can see this stranded twin steer out there on your left, but as you keep on going forward, you'll see that it kind of keeps pushing you further and further and further up into the woods. And with the Lodestar, you could pretty much leave it in auto mode. I mean, this one is absolutely upgraded, and it's got a SnowRunner gearbox and everything like that, but still, I mean, you can just, like, fly along in here in auto mode. Now, pretty soon, you'll be able to see the house up there on the right, which will be an indication that you're going the right way. And as you swing over here to the left, probably should have done that. I should have stayed near the trees, but, you know, I definitely recommend having a snorkel on your truck if you're planning on coming out here, because holy cow, dude, it's pretty intense. Like, especially for some of the smaller trucks like this Lodestar here, it's a pretty intense area, and it's not one that I would recommend coming into if you're ill-equipped. So let's pull ourselves out of the mud right here, get up onto the bank, and shift it into second gear. Whoa! And let's give a look to our map one more time. I believe if we make a right right here, we should be heading the right way. I think we should get a little pop-up. Yep, there it is. There it is. So we just need to go ahead and get on our way. Easy. There we go. Come on. Maybe we should have gone the other way. I see the wrecked car, the junk car. I just want to get right around to the back. And upgrade location discovered. Get upgrade. Special off-road gearbox for Freightliner M916A1 and Voron D53233. I almost forgot, guys. We have an active suspension defined for the ANK MK38. But I have a pretty good idea of where it is, and it should be pretty dang simple to get there, especially in the Lodestar. Now, we're actually going to head up past this residential area and sort of up past this little clearing, and it should be right in this area next to that power line. So we're going to head that way, and I am going to be checking the map a little bit because I haven't really had much experience heading up that way, but it shouldn't take long, and it shouldn't be very far. Doing pretty well so far. Got that beans power. Give her the beans. Let's go. Dude, that's a steep old hill. That is a really steep hill. Like, when you look at it, it's like, oh my god, that is freaking steep. Nearly there, my dudes. And the nice thing about this little Lodestar as well, almost flipped it there. The nice thing about this little Lodestar as well is the fact that it doesn't really go through all that much fuel. And that's really nice when you're exploring a map. Oh, I see the wreckage. Yep, I see some wreckage down there. Let's go. Braking trail. Let's get it. Aha, there's the pop-up. Oh, yeah. There's the pop-up, my dudes. Come on. And boom. Active suspension for the ANK MK38. Definitely going to have to try that out. And if y'all enjoyed this video covering all the upgrades in the Yukon, make sure to let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments. Hit that like button if you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time.